What's up, everybody? Justin Michael Parra here with at Justin Michael Parra Hair. I'm a Samvia ambassador, and I'm here today to discuss proper posture when blow drying hair. I want to discuss some very important things when doing and working behind the chair in order to save our bodies and give us longevity in our career, right? So today I'm going to be working on my beautiful wife. And we're going to be doing a blowout, just a regular, voluptuous blowout on a bob. And I'm going to be using my Samvia Artist Series blow dryer, along with my Samvia ceramic round brushes. Very important thing first, you always want to make sure that you're moving up your chair or you're moving down your chair to the right position that is comfortable for you. One golden rule that was taught to me is to always make sure that your arm is in an L position where you're working at a regular basis. So if you are, doing layers, you want to make sure that the head is somewhere in line with your elbow, right? And if I am doing a men's cut or anything like that, I'm going to raise my chair because I'm doing my clippers, right? If I am doing long hair, I want to drop her as low as she can be because I'm going to be elevating that hair and raising my elbows and using my shoulder muscles to get in there, right? So first thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using Redken's Root Lifter, and a little hack for y'all. I like to use my Samvia sectioning comb. I'm going to put it right in between my middle and my index finger, my pointer finger, and I'm going to tuck it right on the side of that can. And look at my stance, y'all. My arm is staying in an L formation, right? And I'm not lifting up my shoulders. That's the most important thing here, is we'll tend to either bend or look or tilt our heads to the side. And when we do that, we're creating a lot of tension in this muscle right here. So instead of tilting your head like this to look, move your shoulders and your spine, right? And take a step so that you're not bending your whole body sideways like this, but instead you're bending kind of forward and moving your shoulders down. So I'm gonna raise her up just a little bit. So from here, I'm gonna grab my Samvia Artist Series blow dryer, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this hair and I'm gonna elevate it 180 degrees and blow dry this root upward to give it that body before I ever start round brushing, okay? Now you can notice that I've already rough dried her whole head so that I'm not battling a whole bunch of moisture, okay? You never want to round brush hair dry. You want to get it 80% dry first and then round brush, okay? So I'm gonna blow dry this root upwards and repeat this all the way around the head. Also, another little tip, on Samvia's Artist Series blow dryer, it is built in with ion technology. So at the bottom here, you have the button for the ions, okay? If it is off, you will get a lot more grit. If it's on, you're gonna get a lot more smoothness. So I like to turn it off when I'm blow drying the root to get in more a little bit texture, and then when I get to those ends, I switch it to on to create some smoothness around those ends, right? Also, I am constantly moving the concentrator on this nozzle to the direction that I need it so that I can keep my elbows in a downward position, right? Because the more that my elbows are down, the less my shoulders are having to work. So whatever I'm doing, I'm utilizing the angle of this concentrator to my advantage, right? So when I need to get to the other side, I'm gonna turn my nozzle, turn my blow dryer to the opposite angle, so that way I'm still not doing this to use the same angle of the concentrator. I'm just rotating it around, rotating that cord to the opposite side of the client's body, and then I'm positioning myself in front. Now watch how I just move my feet. I'm positioned my right leg backwards, one, because I'm right-handed, but number two, so that I can really lean in. right? So if my feet are cemented to the ground, I'm having to move my body in all different ways to adjust my weight, right? But if I move one leg backwards and I kind of lean into my style, it takes a lot of weight off of my lower back and it positions it to the front of me, right? So now rotate my handle of my blow dryer, rotate the concentrator, and we'll keep going. Rotate rotate my legs and my hips like this. And y'all, I'm actually flexing my core to make sure that I'm not putting too much weight on my lower back right here or having to hold myself up with my traps, my middle and my upper traps. So again, it's all about where your weight is being contributed. Okay, now notice now I'm at the top of the head, lowering my chair. Why? Because I need to travel further up, so I want my chair to be further down. So again, I'm at the top of the head, and now I'm going to lift up. My Sambia blow dryer is tilted to the side, concentrated to the side. Just finished, and as you can see, we've got some fairly good lift. It's good enough at the base. I know she looks a little bit wild right now, but this is part of it. So I'm going to switch to my favorite blowout jelly, which is Redken's Big Blowout. What I love most about this product, y'all, is the texture that it gives, as well as how lightweight it is. So I'm going to section out the mohawk section right above each pupil. Come straight back, and then right at the apex, we're going to cross over and section it off. This video today is not so much about the blowout that I'm doing, but how I'm standing behind the chair, how I'm working my chair, and how I'm holding my tools as I'm doing it. Section it all the way back to this apex. One pupil to the next. Now, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna step to the side so that y'all can see for video purposes. But if I was just doing this regularly, I would be standing directly in front of my section, right? The less I have to come over and bend over here, the better. So, I'm gonna just take this down right here. Okay? We'll section that off. All right, so I've got her sectioned out. And to start, I'm gonna be using my 1-inch Sambia ceramic round brush. So I'm gonna put my round brush right underneath it, but I want y'all to notice my stance. I have my left foot forward, my right foot back. This is because I'm right-handed using my blow dryer with my right hand. So I've got a heavier object on the right side of my body, so my right foot is back, my left foot is forward. And now I'm gonna lean in to my blow dry to take the weight off of my back. So now, I'm gonna grab my Sambia sectioning comb, or sectioning clip, excuse me. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna wrap it around my finger, keeping my elevation exactly where I started. Grab my Sambia sectioning clip and put it right on base. I want y'all to notice I got to a certain elevation on the head and I needed to raise my elbow, but instead I'm gonna rotate my concentrator so my handle is down, and I'm gonna step a little bit to the side of my section, find whatever angle that I need is more comfortable for me, and I'll get going. You see my elbows down. elevated. Once I take my round brush off, I'm gonna twist that curl around my finger, grab my Sambia sectioning clip, and clip this right on base. On the mohawk section, this is the highest point of the head, so I have her all the way down. So on this top mohawk section, you see I'm raising my elbow right here. I am making sure that I'm raising my elbow, not lifting my elbow with my shoulder. Now, what does that mean, Justin? That means if I'm standing just like this, I want to raise my elbow like this instead of lifting it up. So I'm gonna take horizontal sections all along this mohawk section and pin them up. Again, I want you to watch my elbow, okay? Watch my positioning of everything, right? Grab my Redken brushable hairspray. This is great because this is going to allow it to set, but I can still brush through it if I want to. So I'm going to touch her up, cover her face so it doesn't mess any makeup up. All right, so now I'm going to start on the back. I'm not going to pin the back. I'm just going to focus on getting the volume and smoothness out of those mids to ends, and then we'll be done. The most important thing when focusing on your body posture is your stance, right? When I'm blow drying, what foot do I need forward? I cannot stand straight up and down with cemented or planted feet, right? I need to be moving my feet around to adjust my weight because I've got either a 1 pound blow dryer, 2 pound blow dryer. I've got a blow dryer in my hand and it's gonna offset my balance. So rotating my feet forward and backward is gonna really help with adjusting the weight. Next, your head position, right? The more that you can focus on keeping your shoulders and your head balanced with each other instead of leaning left or right, the better, right? Because the more that we tilt our head, the more strain we're putting on our neck. So if we need to adjust to see something, let's move our shoulders left and right. A good way to check that, you want to put your hands together and raise your elbows up and make a straight line. Now adjust your weight per foot, right? You can start to see one elbow goes up every time I adjust my weight, right? So if I move my shoulders with my head, then I'm keeping tension off of my neck, right? But if I tilt my head, I'm putting lots of stress on my neck. Another thing, making sure you're raising your chair up and down to make sure that whatever you're working on is keeping your arms in an L formation. Always remember that. If nothing else, if my arm is in an L formation, then I'm not using my shoulders, okay? The less you gotta use your shoulders, the better. Take that extra bit of time after our shift every day to do some stretching, do some yoga, do some mobility exercises, and really stretch out your lower back, stretch out your glutes, stretch out your hams, stretch out your triceps and your shoulders, and get everything moving, right? We are always in this position, so we are always overworking certain muscles, and it's very important that we make sure that we are working out those other muscles that are being underworked while we're working, okay? Very, very important. I hope this helped. I am Justin Michael Parra with Justin Michael Parra Hair. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks.